that's all that you have left to do, I want more. I want more happy sunny days. I want more happy smiles on your face. Love sparkling the eyes. Tears no more. No more sorrows. No more bad days. No more cries. No more dark cold place. No more fear. No more fight. Someone told me long ago that life is just a long road. Sorry, babe, but life to me is way much more. No matter what it seems to be, it's always time to make a change. Sometimes all we need is only one more chance. So try, build a bridge over troubled water, try. If that's all that you have left to do, I want more. I want more happy sunny days. I want more happy smiles on your face. Love sparkling the eyes. Tears no more. No more sorrow. No more bad days. No more cries. No more dark cold place. No more fear. No more fight. I want more happy sunny days. I want more happy smiles on your face. Love sparkling the eyes. Tears no more sorrow, no more bad days. No more cries, no more dark cold place. No more fear, no more fight. Let the sun on the way shine, shine. Let the sun of the way shine, 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 shine.
Never lose your faith in the brightness of your eyes. Never let the sorrow bring you down. Put a carry smile in your beautiful face. This way is much easier to go. Bright sun will shine. Let Jesus' love warm you up. Live happy your life and never think of giving up. Forget about your problems, enjoy living your life. Open up your heart for love to come inside. Jesus by your side, and with Him close to you, you'll be glad and never become blue. Bright sun will shine. Let Jesus' love warm you up. Live happy your life and never think of giving up. Bright sun will shine. Let Jesus' love warm you up. Live happy your life and never think of giving up. Jesus by your side. This way is much easier to go. You'll be glad and never become blue.
Hello, brothers and sisters of my heart. My name is Filial. I'm going to play and sing a couple of songs to help me, to help you, to help us to harmonize ourselves, to prepare for the Spiritism talk tonight. So the first song called Vibration, and goes like this. Loving and serving everyone. Vibrate always. Loving and serving everyone. When we give our heart in charity, our lives are transforming into songs. Our dreams become reality, and we join Jesus for eternity. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. When we give our heart in charity, our lives are transforming into songs. Our dreams become reality, and we join Jesus for eternity. Now, song to Mother Zephyrina. Source of love that radiates, warm power, cold nights, support and comfort, support and comfort, cascades flowing down the mountain, calling the children of earth with love in their hearts, with love in their hearts. My soul never loses hope, because your love always teaches me the solution lies in her door. The solution lies in her door. Oh, my Mother Zephyrina, harvest of wonderful blessings, make your small son a good Christian, make your small son a good Christian. now I'm gonna sing a song, Good Old Man. It's about our protector, our mentor, Dr. Bezerra de Menezes. Blue crystal eyes, color of the sky, gray bushy beard, Santa's look alike. Shine on your brothers on earth, suffering, living joy, or in pain. Blue crystal eyes, color of the sky, gray bushy beard, Santa's look alike. Shine on your brothers on earth, suffering, living joy, or in pain. Bezerra de Menezes, Apostle of the Good, receive our praise and also our heart. Bezerra de Menezes, Apostle of the Light, place our pain at the feet of Jesus Christ. Bezerra de Menezes, Apostle of the Good, receive our praise and also our heart. Bezerra de Menezes, Apostle of the Light, place our pain at the feet of Jesus Christ. Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Spiritist Talks. So we are very happy to share those moments with you that maybe can watch right now or streaming later on. So we are very happy to be here again. So as usual, we're going to ask your permission to share some slides and talking about what happened during this Spiritist talk. First of all, some announcements like turn off your phone notification if it's possible. Find a quiet place so you can enjoy, you pay attention, and really appreciate those moments. Our meeting has the format of 30 minutes presentation plus following questions and answers. So everybody is welcome to post their questions about the topic tonight. This our meeting also has a spiritual care, and we'd like you to set aside drinkable water, a cup or a bottle, so it can be magnetized during the healing time. So just to prepare yourself and everything. Remembering that our meeting is retransmitted through Spiritist Canada, Facebook, and YouTube. Continental Concafras Facebook also is retransmitted on Saturdays at all those times through Kardec Radio, Facebook, and YouTube. For you that are interested to know something about Spiritism, reincarnation, God, Jesus, obsession, all those subjects. We just started classes, a free online course we call Get to Know Spiritism. It's a free online course that happens every Saturday, 5:15 ET. So everybody is welcome to enjoy and participate with us this moment that we study the Spiritism. This group also offer a gospel at home. Gospel at home is a moment that you dedicate maybe 20 minutes, 15 minutes of your time, and you stop and pray together. And if you want our help, we can help you to prepare, to establish, to maintain the gospel at home at least once a week. We also have a book called Vibration Book. We're gonna post the link later. So if you think that you need good vibration, or you know someone that need a good vibration, you can put the name there. It's a very private book. We just pray together for all those that's in the book. So feel free to put your name or name of someone that you know. And tonight we have the topic called Filial Devotion. It's in the Gospel according to Spiritism, chapter 14. Honor your father and mother, items 1 to 4. And it's going to be facilitated by our sister, uh, Marcel from Oshawa. Also, before she come up, we'd like to let you know that you can post comments, questions in during the presentation, or in the end, we're going to try to answer all of them. So feel free to put your questions there. So as usual, every time we do our initial prayer, and tonight we're going to ask my sister Marcel to do the opening prayer, and after she's going to take care of the moment, and I'm going to be here in the background. Anything, Marcel, just call me. It's how are you today to start off?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm happy you are here with this smile. It's contagious and very good. I'm very happy to have you here tonight.
I'm happy to be here too.
Thank you.
See you
Take
later.
care.
Bye. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. As Publius said, we are going to start doing our initial prayer. So I invite everyone to close your eyes if you wish and feel comfortable. Let's elevate our thoughts and let's thank God for the opportunity to be here one more Tuesday in order to study a little more about Jesus' teachings. Thank God for the day that we had, for the food that you put on our plate, for the family we have, for the parents we have, for our jobs, for our friends, for everything you have done for us. We thank you because we know that you only do what's the best for us, even though sometimes we don't understand. We ask you to protect us, to protect our family, friends, and all the humanity, God. And you can inspire me, and may I can convey the best way I can the message for today's talk, and may we all learn from this Jesus teachings tonight. And we ask you to stay with us today and always. So be it. Okay, so let me change here. Good evening, everyone, again. So, as Publius said, we're gonna talk today. We are gonna start actually a new chapter from the Gospel according to Spiritism. It's the chapter 14, Honor Your Father and Your Mother. And it is a very beautiful and yeah, it's a very, very beautiful chapter, and there are lots of things to reflect on. And today we are gonna talk about the items 1 to 4. Okay, so I'm gonna press here. So the first slides we brought, it's a passage that it's in this is actually is the item 1 from this chapter, right? So honor your father and your mother so that you may live long in the land which the Lord your God shall give you. This is from the Decalogue exit from chapter 20, verses 12. So this commandment comes from the 10 commandments, right, that Moses brought to us that we know, honor, and this is the fourth commandment, right? So honor your father and your mother. And this commandment, it's interesting because it doesn't come with a prohibition. It comes with an affirmation, right? And it also comes with a promise. It says that if you do something, you will receive a reward. In this case, this reward is to live a long life upon on earth. But what was this land that God promised to Moses? It was the land of Canaan, a special place that Hebrews were seeking. It was the promised land where peace, love, and abundance would exist. It was described as a place where everything that makes a land good and prosperous could be found. But where is this promised land for us? So, is it on earth where we live today, or could it be somewhere else? So, let's leave these questions as a reflection for all of us to think about it, right? From a Spiritism perspective, this teaching reminds us that the family is not a coincidence, right? Spiritists are brought together by divine wisdom so they can learn, repair past mistakes, and grow in love. Our parents are the instrument chosen by God to give us life on earth. Because of that, honoring them is not only a social duty, it is a spiritual duty. When we respect and care for our parents, we are practicing gratitude and charity within the family, which is our first school of moral development. And then this was in the book the 10 actually evolution in 2 words, Andrea Luis, through the medium Chico Xavier, he he wrote the 10 commandments, and this is the way that she puts the one that we just talked about, the last slide, the previous slide. So he said, remember that the debt to our earthly parents is always unpayable by the sublime nature. So Andrea Luiz reminds us that the debt we have towards our parents can never truly be repaid. Why is that? Never. So, because a parent gave us more than material care, they give time, sacrifice, sleepless nights, worries, and unconditional dedication and love. So, in Spiritism, we can understand that gratitude is a moral love. Even if we try our whole life to give back that our parents did for us, the love and effort they invested in our growth are immeasurable. So, recognizing this debt helps us develop humility and gratitude, right? And then we brought three questions from the Spiritist book, which can help us to understand a little bit more about the today's topic, right? So is the question 890. So it says it's about maternal and filial love. Love is maternal. Love is maternal love. No, is maternal love a virtue, or is it an instinctive sentiment common to both humans and animal? So it is both. Nature has endowed the mother with love towards her children in this interest of their preservation. But in the animal, this love is limited to the offspring's material needs and ceases when um, it is not longer needed. In humans, this love persists through life and consists in a devotedness and a self-denial that comprise true virtues. It even survives death itself, accompanying the child from beyond the grave. You can see that this sort of love contains something more than the love displayed in the animal, in the animal, right? So Kardec asked an interesting questions. Is material love just an instinct like in animal? Maternal, right? Not material. So the spirits say answer that it is both instinct and virtue. Nature gives mothers the instinct to protect their children's, right? So mothers can give their own life to protect and save their children, right? But in human beings, this love goes further. It becomes conscious devotion, sacrifice, and moral responsibility. Human maternal love can last a lifetime and even continue after death because the bonds between spirits are not broken by the end of physical life. This shows that family love has a spiritual dimension because most of the time we came through for the families that we needed to learn how to love, how to forgive, how to grow together, right? So when we see the devotion, like all the care, the dedication that the mother does to their children, we see the bonds being created among the family, right? The people who are in that family. So when we die, it's only our material body that's dying. Our spirit is remains alive. So when we die, we continue being the same, feeling the same thing. Like if I die today, I'm gonna die like with the same feeling that I have now, because we don't change just because we die, right? Because the only thing that dies is our material body, not our spirits, right? So the second question, it's asking us the Kardec is asking for this to the spirits this year. If maternal love is so natural, why are there mothers who hate their children frequently from birth? It is sometimes a trial chosen by the spirits of the child, or it may be an expiation if the spirit itself had been a bad father, a bad mother, or a bad child in another existence. In all such cases, a bad mother can only be animated by a little involved spirit who seeks to create difficulties for the child so that he or she will fail in his or her chosen trial. Such a violation of the laws of nature, however, will not remain unpunished, and the spirits of the child will be rewarded for the obstacles it has overcome. So Kardec, in this question, Kardec also addressed a difficult reality. Sometimes a mother does not feel love for her child. Spirits explain that life on earth often involves trials and past spiritual connections. Sometimes some relationships are opportunity to learn, repair, or moral growth. A difficult parent may be a spirit who is still morally immature. In this case, the child may be facing a challenge that will strengthen patience, forgiveness, and resilience. But divine justice always prevail. Even if for every effort made in goodness is recognized and rewarded by God. So even though we can see some things that is not very good to see in a family, maybe it's a hardship for this mother. Maybe sometimes the child that she's carrying on her arms was her like enemy in the past life, and she still can feel like she doesn't know, but she still can feel that bad feeling, right? So only the time that is gonna help her to create the love. And we are not alone, we are always assisted by good spirits. So we need to, that's why it's so important to watch and pray, so to connect the good spirits in our lives and be inspired by them, right? So the third question that we brought, it says, when parents have children who cause them grief, aren't they excused for not feeling them tenderness for them that they would have felt otherwise? No, for it is regarded as a task that has been entrusted to them, and their mission is to make every effort to lead them to the good. Besides, such grief is almost always the consequence of the bad habits that the parents have allowed their children to follow from the cradle. Thus, they recap what they have sown, right? So the same idea applies to parents who have children who bring them suffering. The spirits explain that raising children is a mission. Parents are entrusted with the responsibility of guiding their children towards goodness. Even when the task is difficult, love and guidance remain their duty, right? Even if it's hard, they need to, because they accept that kid. So Spiritism also reminds us that early education and example are essential. Many problems later in life begin with habits formed in childhood. So this teaches us the importance of responsibility in parenting. So it's very important to think about it, right? And then we continue the some passages from these four items that we are studying tonight. So um, then the commandment, honor your father and your mother, is a consequence of a general law of charity and love for one's neighbors. For one cannot love one's neighbor without loving one's father and mother. However, the the term honor includes an added duty in this regard, filial devotion. So the commandment to honor father and mother is directly connected to the law of charity, because sometimes it's hard. We see some cases in the world that we live. Sometimes it's hard. You see, like sometimes you see like parents being very acting very bad towards their children, or the children's acting very bad towards the parents, right? So is so um, spirits teach us the loving our neighbor is a universal law, but this love begins at home. So if we cannot practice love, patience, and respect within our own family, it becomes very difficult to practice it with others. We need to start at home with the people who live with us. Sometimes we choose. Sometimes we choose consciously we choose, right? Like I chose my husband, so I live with him, right? But my parents, we chose before we reincarnate. We don't know, we don't remember now, but we probably did. And filial devotion is therefore one of the first and most important expressions of charity. So, continuing, God wanted to show that to love, one must add respect, consideration, submission, and acquiescence, which implies the obligation to fulfill toward them in an even stricter manner all the charity requires us to do for our neighbor. This duty natural extends to the individual who takes the place of one's father and mothers and who have even more merit because their devotion is less obligatory. So Kardec explains that honoring father, like in mother, the parents, means that more loving them. It also includes respect, consideration, patience, and obedience when appropriate. This attitude reflect humility and recognition of their role in our lives. This respect can also extend to those who act as parents, such as guardians or caregivers who dedicate themselves to raising and guiding a child, because sometimes we see that like not the biological parents are raising the children, but the person or the people who are raising them has the same duty, has the same responsibility. So it's not only the biological one, right? And then God always severely punishes all, uh, all violations of this commandment. Spirit teaches us that every moral law has consequence. When someone ignores the duty of respect and gratitude towards their parents, they create a spiritual consequence for themselves. So, divine justice is not punishment in the human sense, it is a process of learning. Life gives us opportunities to understand through experience the values of the love we once ignored. Okay. Um, so, honoring our father and mother does not only entail respecting them, it also means assisting them in their needs, providing for their rest in old age, and surround them with the care they took of us in our childhood. True filial devotion is displayed especially when parents are lacking in resource. So true filial devotions appears especially when parents grow old or become fragile. Respect is not only words, it is action. Helping them in their needs, caring for them, offering support and affection, and ensuring they feel valued are all expressions of gratitude. They care, they care they only they once gave us in childhood becomes our responsibility later in their lives, because they never measure the love and the care that they give to us. So it's our duty to give back, not only when they are old, We need to give in our whole life, right? Because they gave us the life. The most precious gift that they could give us is the life, right? So in continuous, right? So Kardec warns about the sadness and ingratitude, because it says, oh, there's such a great for they themselves will be punished with ingratitude and abandonment. So they will be stuck in their dearest affection, sometimes in their current life, but certainly in another, when they themselves will bear what they made others bear. Kardec warns about the sadness of ingratitude, right? So those who forget the sacrifice of their parents often experience similar simulations, uh, situation later in life, because every action has a reaction, has a consequence. So Spiritism explains this through the law of cause and effect. Our actions create lessons that return to us so that we may learn empathy and compassion. The purpose is always moral growth. Always. Um, is it is it is true it is true, yeah, it is true that some parents do not recognize their duties and are not what they should be for their children. However, it is for God to punish them and not their children. So we have no right to punish anybody. This is about the person and God, right? We don't need to do anything. So, however, Spiritism also recognizes that not all parents fulfill their responsibilities well. Some fail in their duties due to their own moral limitations. We don't know like the stage of the person, right? Of their like progress. But judging and punish them is not the role of the children. Divine justice belongs to God. Our responsibility is to act with dignity, patience, and compassion. So we need to love, we need to forgive, okay? Not punish. It is not the children's place to reproach their parents because they themselves perhaps deserve it to be this way. If charity establishes as a law, repaying evil with good, be indulgent towards the imperfections of other, not speaking ill of one's neighbor, forgetting and forgiving wrongs, and even loving one's enemies. How much more to these obligations apply regarding one's parents, right? So if the gospel teaches us to forgive our enemies and repay evil with good, how much more should we apply this principle with the family? Parents are imperfect spirits, just like us. We don't need to expect for them like, oh, my parents are perfect. No, they're just like us. They're growing, they're like learning just like us. So showing patience, understanding, and forgiveness towards them is an expression of true charity. So family relationship often exists precisely so we can learn these virtues. God said, honor your father and your mother, so that you may live long in the land that the Lord your God shall give you. But what does the promised earthly life as a reward and not heavenly life? We talk a little bit like in the beginning of this our talk, right? So in the commandment, God promised long life on earth to those who honor their parents, and at the time of Moses, people still understood life mainly in material terms. But Jesus said that his kingdom is not from this world, right? So the promise was expressed through something they could easily understand: a long land, peaceful life, and the land they inhabit. So, but spiritual understanding would later involve evolve. So, yeah, we know that our true life, our real life, is the spiritual life. It is not this life that we are now. So when we like we discarnate in this life, you're going to the spiritual life. So whatever you have done in this life, you're gonna it's gonna be you and God with everything you have done, if it was good or if it was bad, right? So honor your father and your mother is a good thing to do, even though sometimes it could be hard, okay? Because they gave you as the life, as we said. So Jesus initiates them into the spirit's life by telling them, "My kingdom is not of this world. It is there and not on the earth that you will receive recompense for your good deeds." With these words, the physical promised land became a heavenly homeland. Furthermore, when he calls them to observe the commandment, "Honor your father and your mother," it is no longer the earth that he promised them, but heaven. So Jesus expanded these teachings. He explained that our true homeland is not earth, but the spiritual world, as I said before. The real reward for practicing goodness is not material prosperity, but spiritual progress and happiness in the life of the spirits. And one day, maybe, we will become pure spirits. So honoring our parents becomes part of our preparation for that higher life. Um, if you have a child in conflict with you, or if you find yourself facing difficulties, difficult parents, never get angry or condemn them. Love them as they are and pray for them, praising their presence and respecting their decisions, certain that God, whose infinite goodness has watched over us, will also take care of them. This is it's a passage that I took from the book Parents and Children in Conflict, um, from Emmanuel. So Emmanuel reminds us that family conflicts can happen, and when we face difficulty relationships with parents or children's, anger and judgment only increases increasing suffering. Instead, Spiritism invite us to respond with love, patience, and prayer. Prayer helps us transform our feelings and allow divine providence to guide each spirit according to their needs. So if you are facing some difficult situation at home with your family, you need to pray and you need to believe that God, He is in charge of everything and He knows everything. So, and there is no injustice. And if you are living in a situation that you said like, no, God forgot about me because I'm facing this situation, I'm struggling so much, I'm suffering so much, please, we don't know what we have done in our previous life. So God is merciful, so He allows us to live some situations in our life in order to learn, in order to grow, in order to progress. Because if we don't progress through love, we are going to progress through suffering, through pain. So if we choose through love, it's going to be much better for us, right? But sometimes we choose the, like, the wide door, not the narrow one, right? So, in conclusion, right, to conclude, spiritism teach us that the family is a sacred space for learning love. Filial devotion is more than a commandment. It is an opportunity for gratitude, forgiveness, charity, and spiritual growth. By honoring our parents, we strengthen the bonds of love and unite spirits beyond this life. I just want to thank you, and I hope we all can, like, if we don't do this, we can start doing honoring our parents. Okay, thank you so much.
Hello, Marcel.
Okay.
Oh, this area, this part of the gospel is very, very intricate because we're always thinking those bonds. So I ask you a question here for you, because
Mhm.
those bonds, especially between mother and kids, are so strong. Sometimes with the fathers too, but between mother and children is very strong. And I put here, I want you to just to mention to you, so those bonds between the children and mother are so strong than the blood ties. So because they can continue after life, that's what you said, right? So even though we discarnate here, we go to another incarnation on, in those bonds are so strong. And it's a very impressive thing, like
Yeah.
when you say that we cannot pay, is unpayable, the gratitude for to be here, reincarnate, is something that we have really to consider. How important is the parenting now, not only mother but the parenting in our lives, because it's from them, right? It's
Mhm.
because of them we are here,
Yeah.
right?
They could interrupt the, right,
Yeah.
the pregnancy, but no, they didn't, and they allowed us to be here, to
Yeah.
progress, right? So yeah, the bond continuing after life for sure, right?
And and it's not only like you said interrupt, like you can decide, okay, we're not gonna have kids, that's it. Like
Mhm.
we plan not to have kids. So
Yes.
we, even though that's the good, the good explanation from spiritism is
Mm.
the free will.
Yeah.
Because even though you can program before we reincarnate, even though you can promise, you can change your mind and not doing,
Yeah,
right?
it's
And
true.
it's very, very uh, thoughtful. Like I feel really, I start thinking about my mom, about my father. I said, oh my god, this is gonna continue after this life. You go to the spiritual life and keep going. We're gonna meet again in the other side. This part, actually, this chapter in the gospel is very important. Next week is gonna be another subject. Very,
Integrate, right? Yeah, the topic, the next topic is good. I said, oh my gosh, thank God it's not me because I had to study
he,
much, much, much more.
I'm not gonna spoil, but I'm gonna say what's gonna be. Who is my father? Who is my mother?
Mhm.
So this is consequence of what you said today. So I hope everybody come back next week to continue. And I would like to say thank you, because you
Thank
brought
you.
so in a such way, such easy to understand this part of the gospel, because it's so easy to say, oh, I didn't ask to
To be here.
to be here. I didn't ask to reincarnate.
Before, yeah.
And yes, we did.
Sometimes we begged, right?
We
Said,
begged for this
please,
opportunity.
accept me.
So I really would like to say thank you very,
Thank
very
you.
much to
Thank you.
bring this part so make it so easy to understand and so special because I think sorry, I think we have to rethink and start. Okay, I have to change the way I was thinking before.
Mhm.
Thank you very, very much in
You're
name of
welcome,
the
brother.
team. You bring this tonight. Thank you.
Okay, have a good night. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. So, as in continuation, as everybody knows, eh, now we're going to, sorry, we're going to the second part of our meeting, the Spiritist talk. That is the spiritual care. But you can say, Publio, what is spiritual care? So, spiritual care is a, a, a group of things that happen starting now. It's starting with the past. What is the past? Past is a transfusion of spiritual energy assisting our physical, emotional, and mental balance. So the past is the transfusion from the spiritual world to our world. But where we can get this? Right here, right now. We're going to start the second part. This is only the explanations for you. And to be the best benefit from the spiritual care, please follow the guide audio instruction or remain in prayer. You may close your eyes to help with mentalization. So it's a less than 10 minutes of meditation when we thanks God for the opportunity. And this time is the time that we talk in the beginning, the drinkable water, because in this time the good spirit will magnetize the water. So water is, as we know, is the chemical that can receive the reeling energy from the for our body and our soul, which you or your family or anybody can use this water, magnetized water. There's no contraindications. Okay. So we're gonna do a prayer to start this second part, and also it will be our final prayer. So after that, after the meditation, everybody can finish it off and listen one or two musics and stay together. Okay. So for this moment, I'd like to ask you if you feel comfortable, close your eyes. And this moment, say, thank you, God. Thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight, sharing those moments when we learn a little bit more about the gospel of Jesus Christ. And say thank you. We also ask the permission to the good spirits be with us, bringing us good energies, good vibes that's gonna harmonize our body and soul. So stay with us today and forever. So be it.
Let's get ready for the pass and water fluidification. Please get a container with clean water to be fluidified. Brothers and sisters, it does not matter where you are, what type of hardships you are going through. Jesus is always ready to come and help us. Place yourself in a comfortable position which can make it easy for you to reach concentration and receptiveness. Breathe slowly and easily. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Fill up your lungs with air and let it out very slowly. Let tranquility and peace energies penetrate your lungs and move throughout your body. Your soul in harmony with your body feels easy and in peace. Let's imagine Jesus' passage. A clear day, the sun's golden rays illuminate the happy passage in Capernaum. A lot of white houses, multicolored vines, and hopping birds fill the landscape with optimism. The news about cures attracted the crowd in need. Suddenly, Jesus appears slim and handsome. His tunic was hanging down to his feet. At sunset, all those with sick people hit by several illnesses would bring them, and as he placed his hands over each one, he would heal them. This is what Luke the evangelist says. Let's imagine Jesus approaching you. He holds his friendly hands over our head. Notice that from his generous hands, a waterfall with clear and pure water originated from his love come to bathe you. It flows on your head, goes down your shoulders, bathe all your being, and brings you peace, serenity, and balance. They remove all impurities and pacify you. Feel the water bathing you, cleaning. Breathe. Now, imagine Jesus as a sun before you. His light, his warmth surrounds you. Feel the healing energy that comes from Jesus towards you. He hears your prayers. Trust him. His love is endless and it follows you and protects you. It provides you with everything you need. Have faith. Absorb the healing energy from Jesus. His light surrounds you. Feel the energy going through all your body. Feel stronger and in peace. Lord Jesus, our divine friend, reach out your generous hands, Lord, and change this water into medicine for our physical and spiritual illnesses. Protect us, Jesus, with your peace. Spread those vibrations of love throughout my home, Lord. May peace, health, and tranquility reign here. We are very grateful to you, Jesus. Stay with us today and forever. Thank God. Please remember to use the fluidified water.
So I'd like to say thank you for all of you that stayed here with us, joined this presentation, and remind you to follow us on Facebook through Spiritist Canada, Society Path of Light in Instagram, and Spiritist Canada YouTube, Concafras America. And we'd like to say thank you, ask you to come back next week and enjoy the second part. And I wish for all of you, all of us, a wonderful week, full of love and peace and harmony. So stay tuned. Have a wonderful night. Thank you.
A world where we will be as free as any bird flying in the sky, where peace
light of love, no longer dimmed by who we were. We'll rise into what we are meant to be, among flowers shining with the glow of supernovas, tokens of that endless love God feels for us. That's what I dream. I dream a new day is going to dawn, the rising of a different world, where eyes who seek out chances to do good, a world of peace and brotherhood awaits the change that we can make. And changing our hearts is the first step we must take. A world where we will be as free as any bird flying in the sky, where peace prevails. That's what I dream for you and me, moved by the light of love, no longer dimmed by who we were. We'll rise into what we are meant to be, among flowers shining with the glow of supernovas, tokens of that endless love God feels for us. That's what I dream. I dream a new day is going to dawn, the rising of a different world.